Hello and welcome to episode 10 of the BJ Report. I'm your host, Bards Jerry, and with me...
Jericho Martinez, baby. I'm losing my fucking mind.
Oh, wow. What an introduction. What an introduction.
It's a great intro.
Oh, that was amazing. That was amazing.
Anyways, big old Bards, talk to me, Chief. How you been?
I'm very well, Jerry. I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good, but we are recording from two separate locations using...
Squadcast.
Don't
subscribe now. Sponsored by Squadcast.
Yeah, we're just doing it because we have to, you know.
We have to do it.
Bardy made me pay for a year, the cunt. Imagine that.
I paid monthly.
And the joke is you only need one person.
So we're both losing out.
We are victims of the system.
We never know. There could be a fifth wave. We don't know when this thing's ending.
Hey, do you know, to be fair, apparently there's going to be a third wave.
Ooh.
Oh.
Stay tuned into the BJ Report and we'll keep you updated of all the latest COVID news.
Bro, talk to me, Bards, mate. How you been?
Yeah, man, it's not too bad. Work, hustling, grinding. The same old, man. Same old. Not been much. There's not much to do. We're getting to the end of it now. Things are 2-3 weeks are going to be lifted. We're going to start to see other people from other households, apart from the same victims that I have to work with, like Jericho.
Oh my god! Oh, victims, victims. Shut up, mate. About victims. Kiss my ass, man.
Okay.
Some of your shit, bro.
It's only a bit of banter.
Up, bro.
Hey, bro. Hey,
bro.
It's just a joke. It's just a joke.
It's life, baby.
Well, you're tuning in to a very, very special episode. It's episode 10 of the BJ Report.
Wheel up, yo.
And we're not going to be doing news articles today. Just for 1 week only, we're not going to be doing news articles. Jerry, tell them why.
It's going to be special. Because we're doing... Drumroll, please, Bards. That was dead. Movie reviews. Top 3 movie reviews of Bards Jerry and Jericho Martinez.
That was a little symbol.
What was that?
That was a little symbol. Drum roll.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that doesn't sound anything like it. Yeah, that's better. That's still better, but still shit. But yeah, man, I've been.
It's a friend there talking.
Yeah, he is a good friend of mine. I've been nagging Bardy, to be fair, for the past how long?
But since before we started recording, so what we're talking about 3 months, 3.5 months.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
3.5. Yeah, about that. About 3.5 months, I was like, do you know what? Fuck this, mate. Movie reviews, baby.
But I refused to do so. Only for one reason. Well, no, I thought it's always best to set up a good structure for the podcast so people know what they're tuning to week in, week out. And then when we do have a special episode, they know what's different, about it. So as a special request from Jericho, we are doing film reviews today. So what we're doing is our top 3 films of all time. Our current top 3, because I think it changes from time to time. You know, you get to see new movies, you get to see some films that you probably watched in the past that you probably understand better now. So our current top 3 films.
All right, buddy, talk to me. Kick us off.
Well, I was going to say, why don't you kick us off with number 3?
With number 3, with mine, right?
Your number 3. So we're doing number 3, then 2, then 1, obviously. And we're going to have Jericho hit us off with his film. Talk to us.
Do you want me to kick off?
Yeah.
Kick it off. Okay. Oh, you like that one?
Oh.
Like that. Okay. You want the player off? Okay.
Fly, pelican, fly.
Fly, pelican. Yeah, it's Scarface, 1983.
Ooh.
Yeah, mate. Was it Martin Bregman?
Who's that?
He's already produced it.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know we were going in depth straight away.
Yeah, we're going right in depth, mate. Scarface, baby. That's my all-time favorite.
Who did the casting for the film? Who was the lighting director?
I know it was edited by Jerry Greenberg.
Oh, the good old Jerry.
Oh, dude, fuck he is, mate. Well, no, I enjoyed it. It was because look, it was released in 1983, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it was released. It was released back then, but it's just crazy because he was a refugee from Cuba
He's a
coming
political
over.
prisoner
Yeah,
from
he's a.
Cuba.
I'm a political prisoner from Cuba, man.
I got fucking octopus coming out my ears, man.
I know he started from the bottom. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's why I like the film is because he came from from Cuba, immigrated over to USA,
Hmm.
and then he pretty much worked his way up, not the legal way, the illegal way,
Yeah.
and he built an empire,
So
which is
what do you think about that? So obviously we know the film, we know what he does, illegal activity.
he's got
Uh,
ambition, he's got
w-
drive,
okay.
and to be fair, he's very loyal. Do you know what
No,
I mean?
he is loyal until he
He's
kills his best
loyal.
friend.
Yeah, but the thing is, his best
Yeah,
friend was banging his sister, so that's a bit. You know what I mean? He just seen red.
he saw Redden.
He kind of fucked it on his side
Manny,
though.
Manny, Manito,
Manolo,
Manolo,
Manolo.
Manolo, Manito. What again? Making
Who's
this
this
sound like
guy?
some mass.
But
uh,
no, but to be fair, it's just it's the way he came up
yeah,
because he started off for nothing. He killed somebody.
yeah. He sort of though. He stabbed someone. Probably shouldn't have done it. He agrees. He won't do it again. Um,
He just
and
decided
then
to make fucking money,
he said,
and he lives by a code. He does live by a code.
yeah, he does.
A
He's
lot of
about that
people
street
nowadays
life.
don't. A lot of people don't live by a code, but yeah, it was a sad ending for good old Al Pacino there. Shotgun to the back
Yeah,
in his mansion.
it only took him 45 bullets to take him down,
Yeah, I know, right?
and he was still breathing. Because Al Pacino's still alive. It was just props and stuff. It wasn't real. Hey, so happy ending for everyone.
Yeah, that's pretty much my my third film is because it's just how he migrated to the States, made a name for himself in a legal sense, and
But what do you think it says
it's
about
full
that?
of violence.
But what do you think about that? That the fact that he is doing illegal activity in order
Yeah,
to.
it's not right to do it, of
Yeah.
course, but it's just the movie itself. I just enjoyed from
Yeah.
beginning to end. It's one of those films. It's 2 hours long. I can sit there and not be
Mhm.
bored of it.
No. Yeah.
That's the thing. Like some
Look,
movie, I just fucking doze off.
okay.
Like what's a 3 hour film? One of the Lord of the Rings. Oh my god!
Well, you don't like Lord of the Rings.
It's like 9 hours of walking with a ring to drop it in a volcano.
They could have sent one person in an Uber to do that.
Do you know what I mean? Or Gandalf, he has those big eagles. He could have easily flown from the Shire to the volcano and drop it in. That's how easy it was.
Yeah.
That could have been done in.
Or just
20
throw it
minutes.
away. Just take it. Just throw it away. Just right. No one give it any attention. Right. Forget the ring. It's gone.
Yeah. To be fair, that's one of the most pointless films, in my opinion. I just don't like Lord of the Rings. But
Fair enough.
yeah, that's me. Yeah, and Scarface, that's why I liked it. It's just the way Al Pacino acts. He's acting as A1.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't speak great English, could he?
What do you mean he couldn't speak great English? Al
Couldn't speak
Pacino.
great in the film. He just
Oh
sounded.
yeah, of course.
He put in like a fresh accent.
Yeah.
And he pulled it off.
No,
he absolutely pulled it off.
Absolutely. No, I have to agree. You know what? Because he retired, man. He retired.
Frank, I retire.
Right.
Yeah,
I
that's
bury those
my
cockroaches.
See, look, there's epic one-liners in it as well.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Scarface.
But he does do a lot of cocaine as well and sells a lot of it to little kids and whatever he does. You know, he does. There is yin and yang, is what I'll say. Yin and yang.
Yin and yang, yeah, 100%. But he did what he had to do, and it was a great film. It was released very in the early days, and Tony, he's going to always live on, man.
Oh, no,
everyone's gonna know this accent, man. But yeah, go on, Bards. Talk to me. What's your third favorite film?
Oh, good. Okay, so my third favorite film is the 1936 classic Modern Times by Charlie Chaplin. Yes. Now Jerry's laughing. Now Jerry, tell them why you're laughing.
Bro, listen.
Here's the thing. Right,
understand.
let me actually before you. Jerry had never heard of the film. Jerry had never seen the film. So I said, listen,
God.
because we're doing the reviews, we've seen all of these of each other's film apart from this one that you haven't seen. So watch it. So Jerry, tell them why you're laughing.
So,
Go on.
so basically, Modern Times, it's a film.
Well
It's a
done.
black and white film. It's
Yes.
a black and white comedy, right?
Yeah.
And he doesn't say anything
Right.
in the movie. It's boring to me.
So I explained to Jerry that this is a 1936 Chaplin film and it's a silent film of this, of that time. And he was still probably the last person using silent films because it does have audio. He does speak in it, but it's just gibberish because he didn't want to break character, the famous tramp character. Now the film, obviously, it's one of his classics because it talks about the struggle of capitalism and trying to make it in that corporate life, even during the Great Depression. Back in 1936.
Yeah, back then, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not to explain it to you specifically, Jerry. There's an audience here that are listening.
Yeah, he's explaining it to me as well. It's just fucking. It's a bit weird. Like,
it's not weird. It's a comedy film.
He's attached that Hitler too.
Which Hitler stole from Chaplin.
Okay, fair.
Yeah,
but when you see attached like that, you automatically think Adolf. Just saying.
Okay, well, not always, because most people also think of Chaplin. So I asked Jerry. I was like, "Listen, can you dedicate some time just to watch this film? Be open-minded and not be, don't close your mind to watch it." He watched half of it and fell asleep.
Yeah, exactly.
It's absolutely a great film. It's a comedy.
For me, it bored the hell out of me. Like, that's just my thing.
Yeah.
For you, yeah. All right.
It's an absolute classic. It's very highly rated. Huh?
Oh, for me, no. Yeah. Sorry, no, it doesn't. No, not in my eyes.
Do you know what he was going to put in his top 3?
No, what was I going to put in my top 3?
So he was mocking me about Modern Times, and do you know what he wanted to put in as a classic? So we're talking about Scarface, Modern Times, great directors, great writers, great musical scores. He wanted to put Avengers in there.
Yeah, baby.
Captain America. Human.
No, I wouldn't. Of course, I wouldn't put it in there. I didn't say that. But he's just angry.
Are you lying? Are you lying now? Oh, don't lie.
Why would I lie?
Right, we've made it 10 episodes without lying, and for the first time, Jerry's lying now on the episode.
I enjoyed Avengers Endgame. Barty hates Marvel. Period.
Yes.
Yeah, he hates it. Like, period.
I've never been a fan.
Point blank. Period. He just hates it. But me, I enjoy it. I enjoy Marvel. I enjoy DC. Enjoy it.
And you were going to put it in your top 3 as well.
I wasn't going to put it in the top 3 though, was I?
Liar!
I'm just saying that. You're a fucking asshole, man.
No, so to go back briefly, yeah, it's Chaplin.
Yeah,
man. He came from. Sorry, what did you say?
What?
No, you said something. What did you say?
I said good on him.
Yeah. So he does the musical score as well for it. For the whole film, so obviously writes it and directs it. One of the absolute classics. It's just the story of obviously of the little tramp trying to make it in this new world with capitalism. He works obviously in the factory, and he actually ends up going to prison, where he has a better life in prison because he's got shelter, he's got food, than he does in the outside world. He does everything to keep himself in a hospital. In prison, and it is absolutely hilarious. You got to understand, for back then, Jerry, for 1936, to make the whole world laugh without saying a word, it's a big deal. I don't think you understand just how important it is.
I understand. I get, the concept behind it. I understand that he made people laugh without saying anything.
Yeah.
There's only I think a few of the bosses. There was a few bits of music in it.
Exactly.
They spoke, but not him. Yeah, I get that, And he ends up in prison, right?
Yeah, he ends up in prison,
living his best life, living a better life in jail.
Yeah.
That's what it says. And to be fair, in the modern times, like now,
yeah,
do you get that? Do you get do you see how
I love the way you've linked it?
Yeah, cool. In the modern times now, there are a lot of homeless on the roads, on the streets.
Exactly.
But what baffles me in modern society is that why are they homeless?
But exactly.
That's what confuses me right now. There are prisons out there who are housing fugitives, and all of these murderers and serial killers and all of this jazz. But people who genuinely have lost their jobs
Yeah.
and suffer from mental health, as well as say ex-military.
Yeah.
Because they're not looked after when they come back home.
But Jerry, look at that. You've made such a great point there as to why the film Modern Times is still applicable today, because he also suffers a mental breakdown as well. And
What
yeah,
I'm saying is,
yeah,
what I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I'm not saying anything about the the actual the meaning behind the
yeah,
motive behind the movie. I'm not saying anything bad about that.
yeah.
What I'm laughing at is the fact that he doesn't say fuck all and that's your favorite film.
He
That's what
sings.
I'm
He
laughing
sings at one point. So the one
All
point they
right, he
do get him
sings
to
at one
sing,
point.
but he
Look,
does. It's
he sings.
gibberish. So it's the first time the audience
True,
gets to hear the Tramp, or Charlie Chaplin's character, the Tramp, in
yeah, I
in the
know.
first time in 20 years talking, and he still doesn't talk. He mumbles and gibberish, and he sings a song.
It's fucking weird, man.
It's not weird.
He
But
made a powerful statement with that movie.
yeah.
Yes, fair. But mate,
Have you
that
watched
being
any
the
other
number one,
silent films in the past?
no, I haven't.
Have you ever watched Buster Keaton or Harold Lloyd or any of those guys?
Yeah, let me just look at my diary. No, I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah, no. All right.
Fair
But
enough.
to be fair, I understand the point he's making from
Yeah.
the movie. It makes sense,
Mhm.
and it's linked into nowadays as well. But yeah, happy days. I'm glad you chose.
He was a comedy genius like I was. Do you know what I mean?
Oh
We've
my
got
God,
a lot
you're
of
not
in
a comedy
common.
genius, though. That's not stressing out. You're not a comedy genius.
So much
Fucking
stress.
asshole, bro. That's it. I am covering the webcam. You're in a timeout. But to be fair, no. All honesty, good choice, Bardi. A
Thank you.
for effort.
Thank you.
But yeah,
And thank you for not
happy
choosing
days.
Avengers.
Modern Times. If you want, give it a watch. It's on YouTube. This
Yeah.
fucking guy said, "Watch the film." Sends me a link on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this? No.
No.
But yeah,
Remember, a classic film, critically acclaimed, great director, great story, great musical score by a comedy genius like
just a good
myself.
guy. Oh my God, you're not a comedy. Do you know? All right, bye.
I'm just
Anyways, my second
film. Go for it.
my second film, all right, of all time, it'll be a shock to you guys, is Saving Private Ryan.
What a shit film. I'm joking. I'm
excuse me?
joking. Wow.
That is definitely not a shit film.
Okay.
Not at all.
Fair enough.
It's fucking great.
Obviously, Steven Spielberg, 1998, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
1998. Yes.
Talk to me. Why is it your second favorite film of all times? What captured you about the film?
Oh, right, cool. So it's a unit, isn't it?
Mhm.
A tight knit unit who are ready to. I think they're ready to go home, but there was one last order to bring back a young private as his brothers died in war,
Mhm.
and the mother was left with just him, and they wanted to bring him home to her. So yeah, saving our only child. I personally think the mission's a bit of a nonsense. Like, it's bullshit.
Okay.
Like, it's a waste of life because quite a few of them died. Majority of them did die.
Mhm.
Majority of them did die on that mission, on that quest to save this one guy. Just to make a mother happy. How many fucking families have died? How many husbands were lost in that war?
Yeah.
And they were prioritizing, this kid who's got a fair play. He was serving his country, but I just don't believe in like the actual mission itself.
You believe in the mission itself?
Yeah. But for me, great film. Tom Hanks
Yeah.
absolutely smashed it. Vin Diesel's in it.
Yeah,
a lot
he
of
makes a
people-
little appearance.
Yeah. Matt Damon, he's actually Private Ryan. You know what I mean? All of those.
You know what?
guys
It's got a great cast.
It's
Actually,
got a good cast. It's
Yeah,
got
no.
a fucking fantastic cast.
But obviously, it's the intro of the film takes place in Omaha Beach, so the Normandy landing, which is such a graphic scene to open up with. You know, when
I
you
know,
look at
right?
it, it's so graphic. Even for,
But
I don't think there's been a film before or after that graphic in terms of warfare. You know, we had
mm,
recent films like Hacksaw Ridge, close, but it's nothing to what we actually see.
yeah, no, see,
Uh, uh,
it is like there are some scenes in that where it's just savage and raw. It's like the other film with Brad Pitt, Fury,
yeah, 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 yeah,
when
yeah.
when he's in the tank, he's
Exactly.
battling against the Germans. He's stuck. His tank breaks down. He wants to die in the tank, and yeah, it's a great. That's a great film as well. I enjoyed that movie
That's
highly.
what that's number 37 for you, is it?
No,
In your list of all.
that's easily in my top 10.
Oh, fair
Easily
enough.
in my top 10. It's a great film, Fury,
Okay.
absolutely. But yeah, Saving Private Ryan. That's pretty much it. It's the storyline was great. The way everything
Tom
linked up
Hanks.
together.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks' acting was absolutely phenomenal.
Amazing.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. It's one of those war films where look, it's another one. It's fucking nearly 3 hours long, but I can sit there and I can watch it.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
I can literally watch that from beginning to end.
and it's
That's a
mad
mental.
because we watch it and we think, oh, like it's so like we can't even watch it. It's so gruesome. It's so graphic. But imagine actually being there. Like we can't watch a film, a remake of it, where no one gets hurt, realistically. But imagine what it would have been like in actual Normandy lands in actual conditions.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
just how it was back in the day, wasn't it? You know what I mean? They risked their life. It was a lot more. It was more brutal than the wars nowadays.
However, I wouldn't say it's my favorite Spielberg film about World War II. I think Schindler's List wins that for me.
Schindler's List, fair play.
It's a
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, it's just more for me is it's just the layout, the setup of the actual movie itself, the quest they're going on, the pointless quest they're going on. But you know, it is what it is. It's just one of those. It was just for me. It just caught my attention is the way Tom Hanks leaded this team, and they'll do anything
led.
full knowing
He led
it's.
his
Huh?
team. He
All
led.
right, fine. He led his team,
He
and they.
did.
You're a dickhead. He led his team knowing that, knowing that it's a suicide mission. You're
Yeah,
going there you're going beyond the enemy lines
yeah.
to save this kid who means fuck all to you. It's not like he's a brother or anything.
Well, to be fair, in the film, obviously they have the Normandy sort of invasion. It's in
Yeah,
Omaha Beach, but it's when he gets into enemy territory that he gets assigned this mission. It's not like they went there for this specific mission. It's when he gets there, they say, "Listen, kill all the Germans, but also find this guy and send him home."
going. I just don't understand the point of doing that personally. For me, personally,
No.
I wouldn't have done it, but you know, you're going into fucking Nazi territory, mate. You're going to Nazi territory with a handful of men to find this guy.
Yeah,
That's what's crazy. And there's a great scene in it as well. Is when there's a German translator.
yeah,
The German translator he saves a life for the Nazi. He saves the Nazi's life, and then later on in the movie, they come across each other,
yeah.
and he saves him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He spares his life. He
Yeah,
spares the
yeah,
trans.
yeah, yeah. He does. Yeah, I've
That
seen
was a
that.
powerful scene as well.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
pretty
there's
cool.
respect upon humanity, regardless of what side you're on.
Fair
That
play.
got to me. I was like, oh, do you know what? Respect, brother.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I enjoyed that. But yeah, that's one of my. I might actually watch that this weekend. Refresh. Anyways,
Refresh.
Bards, talk to me. What's your number 2, bud?
Well, my number 2 film of
Yeah,
all
go on.
time
Yeah,
is The Godfather.
number 2.
Number 2.
Oh, how is that number 2 for you? You're like big on all of these movies, you know?
Well, you haven't heard number 1. Coming soon.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
so The Godfather is
fair.
it was number 1 for a long time, but like I said, these things change. You know, as you grow up and you start to understand films a bit more, they're more relatable in different ways. So The Godfather is at number 2. And I mean, to be fair, I don't really have to explain. I don't really need to sell this one.
You don't have to.
Great director, Francis Ford Coppola.
What makes it your number one?
Well, let's have a look at this. I mean, what's the aim in every single scene, of the film, even 1 and 2? Let's say that as one film, 1 and 2, because they're both amazing. Money is the key objective here in every case. Everything that happens is about money. However, they do it in a more elite way compared to, let's say, Scarface, because Scarface is the people lower in the ranks. You know what I mean?
It's true. See, look, that is so right.
Like Scarface,
Scarface,
Tony Montana is the guy on the street, whereas these guys are at headquarters selling the soldiers out.
He's the big top dogs.
Exactly.
The shot callers.
Yeah.
I mean,
and obviously you've got great actors now. I mean, Marlon Brando, amazing actor. Pacino again, amazing. It's probably his breakthrough role. The Godfather. That's what gave him that stardom, that international fame. That film put him on the map, and they didn't want to cast him. It was only the director that wanted him there. Everyone from Paramount Studios didn't want to hire Al Pacino. They didn't want him. They wanted him fired. They wanted him gone. But the director fought for him, and how right was he for that? Do you know who recently wanted to be in there before Pacino got cast? It was Dustin Hoffman.
I'll get out.
Yeah. So they got Pacino in there. Obviously Marlon Brando. Again, the studios didn't want Brando in there. They wanted someone else. You got James Caan, but yeah, the objective of the film is just money at all costs. What's the next step that we can do that will earn us money? What can we do? Can we invade the casinos in Vegas? You talk to the 5 families. Everything, their mindset is just money, pure base. But it's weird because although when they're in that track of just making money at it, and they don't mind killing every single person, but when I forgot the gentleman's name, when he comes in to offer them a deal to start drugs, he goes, no. So that is a dirty business because they sell that shit to kids. We don't want that. And it's weird because he's still like a family man, Marlon Brando, in it. He still takes responsibility about it. So it's really weird. They wouldn't mind killing someone, but they still take care of like kids and they don't want them involved in certain aspects. It's like because they think it's a dirty business.
Yeah.
I think Solotto. Sorry, I think his name is. That's
what it is, isn't it? He's got like in his head, like you said, he's a family man, isn't he? He doesn't want the head. What could fuck up the society or the younger generation? He doesn't get involved in pretty much that. He'd rather just dead off all the gangsters.
Exactly. And he obviously he works in such an elite way where nothing can really get back to him. He has so many people beneath him. So when he wants to get something done, nothing can be traced back. Whereas with Scarface, I mean, you can see Tony Montana do it. Do you know what I mean? It's a different. It's 2 different categories. It's 2 different categories of criminals, really. So that's what captures me, is because the mindset, the mind focus, is just pure money, greed. That's what they go for. In this,
really, I wouldn't say greed.
Wow.
I wouldn't say greed.
Okay.
I'll say Scarface is greed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He was greedy. For them, it's more power.
Yeah. Okay.
It's more power. Mm-hmm. Untouchable. You know what I mean? You're sat on that. You're the kingpin.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? You got a kingpin. You don't really have enemies.
No.
Like you want everyone's your ally. Everyone wants you on their side.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And they look up to you.
Until the families clash, though, because obviously it does end in Sonny, played by James Caan, getting killed.
Fair.
You know what I mean? So it all depends, because you can be a top guy, but the other families are also quite high up in the ranks as well. Until they clash. But their motivation, if money stops being made, for some reason, it's a problem. Yeah,
of course.
And to be fair, they didn't think the film. They didn't think the film was going to succeed. They thought the film was going to be a flop. And it was only when it was released they saw straight away, they're like, let's do part 2. So I would put part 1 and part 2 as one because they are both absolutely amazing. Part 3, I wouldn't recommend anyone to watch. I would even completely change the title. Don't even call it The Godfather. Like I would, it's so bad.
You think it's that bad?
I think it's very, very bad.
Part 1 and 2.
Part 1 and 2. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's my number 2. Jerry?
Yeah.
Your number 1.
Do you want my number 1? I know.
Drum roll.
This is my favorite movies. It's Pulp fucking Fiction.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Pulp Fiction, mate.
Right.
Quentin Tarantino's bad boy movie.
1994. Pulp Fiction. Quentin Tarantino.
2 hours, 34 minutes. You can watch that from fucking beginning to end. It is absolutely fantastic. Look, John Travolta's role in this, fucking A1.
Really good.
There's a massive like John Travolta and Samuel Jackson, Vincent and Jules, their little tag team duo, dynamic duo. Fucking their relationships. Fucking that's a story in itself.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You can have a movie called Vincent and Jules, and I would watch it from this film. I personally think
it's a great film. It's a great film.
100%.
Do you know what I love about it? I mean, I've listened to it separately in the past. Its soundtrack. Its soundtrack is really, really good. The original soundtrack for the film is really good as well. I mean, you got the intro with Mr. Lou, which is, I mean, amazing. when they stick up the cafe.
Yeah.
What an introduction!
What's up, honey bunny?
It's a great film. You know,
it's absolutely fantastic, mate. It's everything's interlinked. They've got their own stories. Yeah. It's like mini stories in one movie, which all intertwine to give you the whole plot, doesn't it? So it's great. Look, Uma Thurman, she's fantastic in it.
Oh, the overdose scene.
Yeah, the overdose scene is
that's
mental.
mad.
And and he, John Travolta, his character, he takes a little bit, gets tweaked, and she takes a fucking bomb up the schnoz. But
this guy has to drive around to his friend's house where he bought it to get a self-revive kit and just inject her.
100%.
The only thing missing is some plates.
But the thing is, the good thing is about Quentin Tarantino's movies.
Yeah.
It's unique. They're very unique. Mm-hmm. Like Dusk Till Dawn with George Clooney.
Okay.
Such a unique film. Was it Django?
Django Unchained, yeah.
Django, very unique. The gore in it.
Kill Bill 1 and 2, amazing. Kill Bill 1 and 2.
Fuck, man.
Inglourious Basterds.
That's a great film. That's another good film, you know. That is a fucking that's a good film.
I'll tell you what film I'm not a fan of Quentin Tarantino's, and that's Reservoir Dogs. Not a fan.
I didn't get to that. Sorry. Yeah. I didn't really. No. I didn't get into it. Sorry.
Sorry, Quentin. If you listen to this, Souls and all that.
Fantastic.
The other, keep up the great stuff, though. The others are, A1. But this one,
it's a bit mad. You know what I mean?
But Pulp Fiction, for me. I mean, you've also got Bruce Willis in there as well. In the film.
Bruce Willis, mate, he does a fucking sick job.
Right. Yeah. This guy's some lethal puncher, mate. Killing people in the ring.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Mate, I'm telling you, there's so much there. And you've got Uma Thurman, Samuel Jackson, John Travolta.
Yeah.
Who was the other guy? He was the one who makes everything disappear.
Oh,
guy with the fucking
Harvey Keitel.
Piss me off.
That's the actor's name, yeah. Harvey Keitel.
Yeah. He gets rid of all of the dead bodies. Yeah, that it's mental. I enjoyed that. Oh, the GIMP scene, boy.
Yeah, that was it's a bit of an awkward one. It's a bit of an awkward.
You know what I mean?
I remember
it's awkward.
I remember watching that scene. Obviously, years ago. I watched it when I was about 12, 13, and it's such an awkward scene to watch. So was it? It's like, bring out the gimp. Because like I said, the soundtrack in that is mad. But this guy gets, what's it? Samurai sword.
Yeah, samurai sword, yeah.
He goes in.
He gets all excited. He's like, hacking him to death. Marcellus Wallace is there, violated. That's the thing with, look, that's another one with Quentin Tarantino. He pushes the fucking boundaries.
Yeah, he does. And also he creates that interest with the briefcase. When he opens up and it's just a light. It's like, what's in there?
Exactly. You're like, oh, what the fuck? I still don't know what's in there.
Do you know what it is? A light bulb.
Dickhead.
That's all it is.
No, it's not a light bulb.
Of course it is.
All right, cool. Anyways.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's
I'll prove you wrong. Once again, I'll send you the photo.
Okay, it's a light bulb. Okay, you enjoy that thought of yours. But what's your number one, baby?
So, my number one favorite film of all time is, drum roll please, Taxi Driver. It is an absolute classic film. So 1976, Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro,
big boy,
Jodie Foster. She's only 13 years old in the film. Harvey Keitel again plays a brief role in the film, and it's Martin Scorsese and De Niro's second collaboration. So the first film was Mean Streets, and then obviously you got Taxi Driver, and they went on to do things like The King of Comedy, Goodfellas, Casino, so on and so on. I think Cape Fear as well. Maybe missing out for you, but Taxi Driver. But Taxi Driver, yeah, that's my number one film of all time. Also, another great soundtrack. So for me, the soundtrack is very important in the film. You know, it has to be good, and
like Avengers.
Oh, for fuck off!
Oh, man, good soundtrack.
Yeah,
Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah. It's a great film if you're 4 years old. So Taxi Driver. You know, when people think about, so have you seen the film, Jerry?
Yes, I have. Okay. A long time ago, but yes, I have.
What did you think? Because I've never really asked you as to what you thought about the film.
Okay. What was he? He was so there we go. We talk about again. He was an ex-army.
Yeah,
wasn't he? He was ex-army. You know, he came back from the war. He becomes a fucking cab driver.
Yeah.
Let's see, not looked after. Put his life on the line. Oh, this is completely different. You know, this is different to the. Puts his life on the line for his country, and then ends up being a cab driver.
Exactly.
Probably has look. He's got PTSD.
It's exactly it. I was just going to touch on that point.
He has PTSD, and I think it's what he struggles to sleep, doesn't he?
Yeah, so
he struggles to sleep.
Yeah,
he's a nighttime driver, so he's like, and then he becomes like some sort of vigilante, saving lives and shit.
So I mean, ultimately, yeah. I mean, these are all the points that I was going to mention as well. So it's great that you picked up on them as well. So he is mentally unstable. You know, he's come back from the war. He does have, was it PTSD? And he, like you say, he's not looked after. If I could summarize the film in one word, okay, the film is about loneliness, essentially, which is relatable from every single person because it's set in New York, so the city that never sleeps. Okay, but the film's about loneliness. So how is it possible that man who lives in the middle of New York is that lonely, that no one cares about him? He doesn't have any friends. He doesn't have any family. He doesn't have a government that will support him in any way, shape, or form. So he has to go out and do these things to create some kind of buzz in his life. All he does is drive around, a taxi at night, and he sees all kinds of people come into his cab, go in, go out. He has to do things, so that's why he starts vigilante work. You know, that's why he buys a gun. That's why he tries to be a hero. You know, but he does end up killing someone. But he ends up killing someone who obviously paid a prostitute for sex. So it's a balance now. Is he a hero or is he a villain? Because he has killed someone when it's not his job to, but he's also saved someone.
He's a vigilante, mate.
Exactly. But
He is
but
hero. He's just
it's about loneliness, and that's the thing that I really love about the film, because everyone could be relatable, because we've always possibly felt at that time, that we didn't have anyone. So,
yeah,
and
it's
this
true.
guy literally has no one. He has to create
Yeah.
excitement. So there's a scene in the film where there's a political campaign taking place in one of the parks in Manhattan,
Yeah.
and he speaks to the security service, one of the officers there, who's undercover, and all he does, he provokes them and he tries to test them out, just to create some kind of buzz. And he's like, because he does
Yeah,
nothing, he has no excitement.
yeah, because it's being ex-military. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're ex-military. You've got nothing. You've lived the peak of violence,
Exactly.
especially back then.
But let's say, okay, he goes to war for his country, and to come back and he has nothing. There is nothing there to help him, to get back on his feet. He's mentally unstable. Like you said, he doesn't sleep. He does buy guns. He goes out and just drives a cab. But that's the genius of Martin Scorsese there as a director. He really knew how to capture what feeling lonely is. And his whole aim is just to have someone. And he tries to talk to a girl, and it doesn't really work out. Like, there are scenes in there, Jerry. I don't know if you remember when you watched it, where the camera also pans away from certain conversations, because it's that cringy that even the camera can't bear to be on him. And they just divert the camera and then bring it back on him. Yeah. So that's the reason why it's my number one film. It's got a great soundtrack. It's based in New York.
It's realistic, man.
It's very realistic. Obviously, De Niro, one of my favorite actors of all time, and Scorsese, my favorite director of all time. So it's
pull it off.
They did really well. Yeah, so that's what I would say is my number one film.
Do you want to put joint number one as well? Mortal Kombat 19. No, I'm joking. No Mortal Kombat, but no. To be fair, look, see, this went over a little bit, but
That's fine.
It's something different, and we can actually have serious conversations.
Yeah, absolutely.
About life and how it links to modern times.
It's a great film.
Dun, dun. Oh my God. But yeah, do you know what? I hope you enjoyed that.
Yes.
It was, do drop us any feedback on.
Please do. Obviously, we keep mentioning every single week we will be getting onto YouTube, so you will be seeing our faces, on the big screen. Very very shortly. This is a special episode because I've obviously made a promise to Jerry that that we should do an episode that he wants as a special. And to be fair, I was looking forward to it. Next week we'll be back to articles, so if you have anything interesting,
there's quite a few.
if you have any interesting articles, please email us, contact@the BJ Report. Please send it, emails of any topic that you want us to discuss, anything that you want. Okay, and we'll mention it. We'll mention obviously your name on the show. Please do also reach out to us via Instagram.
Yeah, at _ the BJ Reports.
Absolutely. We really love your support this current time, because we've done 10 episodes and we're not looking to stop. So the more support you give us, the more that we can grow, and the better content that we can put out. So a share, a like, putting things up in your story really goes a long way for us.
Yeah, it gets me. It hits my heart.
Yeah.
But I'll express it by speaking.
Exactly. Because being a comedy genius, let me tell Jerry, puppy.
Just miming. It doesn't work that way. I can't show my appreciation.
It's difficult to obviously have a serious conversation with someone who rates the Avengers.
A simple thank you is enough, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
thank you for not choosing Avengers at any part of this episode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you still chose Modern Times. Just saying.
Yeah, but Modern Times.
But yeah, thank you.
It's a better film than all the Avengers put together. Huh? Sorry, what did you say?
Oh yeah.
What did you say? Modern Times is a great film?
Try and do a podcast with Charlie Chaplin.
Cool. You try and do a podcast. A podcast with Charlie Chaplin.
Exactly. It's just me. Nothing, mate. Nothing.
Oh wow.
Ed.
Good. Well, if you are listening, to this podcast and you have a 4-year-old kid, get him to give Jerry some film recommendations because he likes this fucking shit as well.
Avengers, baby.
No, seriously, if you do have a low IQ and you like films like The Avengers, please reach out to Jericho Martinez.
Yeah, definitely holler.
You know, if you are like Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver, mentally unstable, reach out to Jerry because he likes similar films that you do.
You're a dickhead. No, seriously.
No, but please, obviously, do share. These episodes. Recommend them to friends and family. It does really go a long way for us. Like our channel on Instagram, we're also on Facebook as well. Still working on Twitter. Don't worry, that's coming back soon.
Yeah, I hope so. It's fucking, I don't know what you done. Pissed them off.
I don't know what I've done. But yeah,
man.
And email us any articles that you want us to talk about. Obviously, give Jerry the easier ones because he has problems. No, he has just the problem processing information at high speeds. He's like the AOL of brains.
Get out of my face. Anywho's, thank you very much for today's.
Thank you very much for listening.
It's been fantastic. Yeah. And back next week, baby.
Yeah, back next week to normal with the news articles. Take care.
Yeah. Ciao for now, baby.
Bye-bye. Bye.